Welcome to Impact. In this video, you'll learn how to install and set up the Impact Store app. The Impact Store app is the easiest way for you to access all the features you get with your Impact subscription, right within your instance. To get the most out of the Impact app, you'll want to have it installed and set up in production and in your sub-production instances where you're doing your development and testing work. We recommend repeating the steps in this video across all your instances that fall into those buckets. To get started, go to Application Manager and install Impact. It's already been installed in my demo instance. But if the app hasn't been installed, you'd see an install button right here. Once the app is done installing, you can click the configure button, which would kickstart the guided setup. Once you're on the guided setup page, you can go ahead and click Get Started. Your first step is to add the right people on your team to the specific Impact user groups that you'd like them to be in. You'll notice 8 different user groups that are available here out of the box. The groups that you'll most likely be adding folks to are Impact App Admin, Impact Developer, Impact Platform Owner, and Impact User. Impact App Admin gives full create, read, update, and delete access to all Impact tables, lets you assign roles to users and groups, and can also configure settings for Impact's platform help tools. The Impact Platform Owner group can do the same thing, with the exception of assigning roles to users or groups. The Impact Developer group lets folks fix code using Now Assist, view real-time code scan findings, and overall diagnostic scan findings. The plain old Impact User group gives general read-only access to the Impact app. To add users to a group, you're going to select a group from the table, click Edit in the group members related list, and add as many folks as you'd like to the group. Once you're done, you can hit Save and mark the step as complete. Next, you'll be taken to the Assign Platform Health User step. If you've already completed the previous step, you shouldn't have to add any other users or groups here. However, if you do have larger development teams, which you want to assign findings to first before assigning to individual developers, it could help to create development teams. To do that, you're going to want to navigate to the Scan Engine Properties page and follow the instructions here to create development teams. On the Scan Engine Properties page, you'll find the Team Leads related list, where you can click New to create a new record. Once you're done, you can mark this step as complete. Your next step is to activate Scan Engine and review all the settings. To make this a little easier to see, I'm going to pop right over to the Scan Engine Properties page and show you the steps there. On your instance, you'll notice a pink SE error banner up top with a link to the sys update version record. You're going to want to click on that and navigate to the Application Access tab. Select the Can Read checkbox and save the record. This will give Impact access to read all the tables in your instance so that it can scan for any technical debt. Once this is done, you're going to want to go through the settings on this page and make sure it looks like my screen here. Activate Scan Engine selected, run Scheduled Scan selected with the cadence that you want. We typically recommend daily during off hours. You want to have Scan Non-Configuration Record selected and Track Resolve Findings selected. You'll also want to fill in an average development rate. This is the average hourly rate that you're going to assume that you're paying your developers, which will help out for ROI calculations for resolving technical debt. Next, you'll want to go through some of the tabs here and make sure you have the right things selected. Some of these settings can only be updated once you've integrated your instances, which comes later in the guided setup. We also have a separate video that walks through exactly how to integrate your instances, which unlocks additional capabilities related to Impact's platform health features. You can choose to enable instance-specific definitions if you'd like. This depends on whether you want different settings in production versus sub-production. Some folks want this, some folks don't. So this is really up to you. You'll also want to make sure that Enforce Real-Time Validation is selected under Real-Time Scanning. You can choose to initially not select this if you'd like, just to give your developers some time to adjust to their code being scanned in real time. But we do recommend that you eventually select this box. Under exception reasons, you'll want to make sure that this first checkbox is selected. Under Update Set Scanning, we recommend adding the following conditions for parent and child update sets. You can choose to tweak these if you'd like, but we find that this is a good starting point to make sure that you have an additional gate in place for technical debt to not slip through the cracks. For the rest of the settings in these tabs, you'll want to make sure to check out our instance integration video, which is also on our community. Once you've configured all these settings, you can go ahead and mark this step as complete. Your next step is to run your first full instance scan. Depending on the size of your instance, this first scan could take a couple hours to complete. So we recommend running your first scan overnight or during off hours, especially in production instances. To complete the step, all you need to do is select the Execute Now button and wait for the scan to complete. Once the scan's done, you can go ahead and mark the step as complete. Your final step in this section is to integrate your instances. While you don't need to do this right away, we do recommend that you do eventually complete this step. Integrating your instances enables you to take advantage of a number of capabilities, including syncing custom definitions across instances, approving exceptions to findings in production, and creating user stories from findings as well. We have a full additional video on how to do this, so check out the link in the video description or find it on our community. Your next step is to connect your instance to the Impact delivery instance. If you'd like, you can read some of the documentation here. Otherwise, you can mark this as complete and go ahead and start the process of connecting your instance to the Impact delivery instance. All you have to do here is go ahead and click the Connect to Impact button. You'll then get a pop-up that shows you the progress of connecting your instance to the Impact delivery instance. All you need to do once you click the Connect to Impact button is wait for the progress bar to move to complete, and you can go ahead and mark this step as complete. The last thing you need to do is initiate the migration of your data from the Impact delivery instance onto your instance. This will make sure that any existing data that you might have in the Yolo Impact portal makes it back over to your instance, so you're not starting from scratch. If you're a new Impact customer, the migration will enable some of your entitlements data, for example, to be pulled into your instance as well, to make sure that everything appears properly for you in the Impact app. The migration's been completed on my demo instance here, but you'll see a Start Data Migration button on your instance, which you can go ahead and click. All you need to do then is wait for the data migration to complete, and you should be all set. The last step here allows you to provide SNC access, or ability to hop into your instance, to your Impact squad members. This is optional, so you can choose to do it if you'd like, and once you're done, you can go ahead and mark the step as complete. Once you complete the guided setup, you can go ahead and start using the Impact app right away. One thing to call out is that you don't need to connect your instance to the Impact delivery instance in order to use all the platform health features in the Impact app. So if you'd like, you can start using Impact's platform health features to start once you've got those set up, and then get to connecting your instance to the Impact delivery instance later on as well. Now that you've seen this video, you should be all set to get started with the Impact app. Thanks for watching.